Hey everybody, Shane here, Shoebox Legends. Thanks for stopping by the channel for a buyback themed episode today. After going heavy on the cheese box content last week and doing all those rummages, kind of wanted to mix it up and get into a different portion of my collection this week and thought we would do a rummage through this box, which contains nothing but unprocessed vintage Topps buyback baseball cards. But before we get to the rummage, I have a couple of brand new hot off the press buyback cards to add into the collection, and I figured we would showcase those first, starting with this George Scott on the 75 design. This is from the Topps Heritage release that just came out within the last month. They're still doing those box topper buybacks every year, and oftentimes when Heritage first hits the shelves, the cards are a little bit pricey, more so than most releases. There's like a fervor with collectors that builds every year when Heritage is released. And so I've been outbid on a lot of the buybacks, but I was able to get that one for only $1 or $2 delivered. I was really pleased with that. And then I have two other 75 Heritage box topper buybacks that I've been able to grab in the last couple weeks since the product came out. Starting with the Pete LaCock, and this is a Pete LaCock rookie card, the first ever LaCock on cardboard. And was happy to get that one, again, for under $3 shipped to my door. And that'll make hopefully a nice addition to the Buyback Franken-set. And then closing out the Heritage, the brand new Heritage buybacks. I've only been able to win 3 of them so far, but the one I'm most excited about is this all-time awesome California Angels card. Shout out to my buddy Dylan over at Double D Vintage Baseball Cards, who I shared this one with and who is a big Angels fan. But to me, this is like almost the perfect Angels card in the same way that the 72 Topps Billy Cowan is with the halo photo. In this case, on the 75 Rudy Meoli, he is just perfectly staring up towards the heavens and the word Angels, in this case, arms outstretched. And even though it's a common card and he's not a well-known player, that is a classic if you're a fan of the Angels or if you just enjoy 70s cardboard. So with those Heritage buybacks out of the way, let's just go diving into this box. These have come from all different places. Some may have been picked up in lots. Others may have been purchased on ComC. But how about a real winner to lead us off here from the 2017 Rediscover Topps program? This is a Max Scherzer from 2010 Topps with the D-backs. Awesome photo. This would be a third-year Max Scherzer card in buyback format. I have no recollection of having picked this up or purchased it. Again, it may have come in like a larger lot, but pumped to see that one come out of the box. Very, very strong start to the day today. So killer Max Scherzer. Gotta love getting one of the best 21st century pitchers in buyback format. And I grabbed 2 by mistake here, so let's just go through both of them. But we start with another real winner, Hall of Fame manager Dick Williams on the Heritage box topper buyback, same as the ones we saw initially. These would have been issued in 2016 Topps Heritage. And what makes this one even cooler, of course, this is a 1967 Topps card, which is the year of the Impossible Dream Red Sox, the team that Dick managed all the way to the improbable World Series appearance where they lost ultimately in 7 games to the Cardinals. So that is, as Dick Williams cards go, that's probably the best one you could expect or hope to find in buyback format. So really, really pleased with that. And then we have another Red Sox card accompanying that, a little bit less significant here, but from the 77 Topps release, we have Tom Murphy, pitcher for the Red Sox. And this one's from the 2015 Topps original buyback program. I have a lot of Red Sox buyback cards. I was a bit of a team collector in sort of the heyday of the buyback program, which was like 2014 through 2017. Here's another great one. We had the Dick Williams manager card, and to go alongside that, how about Walt Alston here with the Dodgers on that 68 Topps burlap design. A couple of older coaches there, or managers, and really, really miss the manager cards in the flagship Topps release. Obviously, we have to fit in, 24 more rookies now that have probably never even appeared in a major league game or minimally, and we don't get manager cards any longer, but happy to have those 2 anyway. Keeping it rolling with the Red Sox content here. How about Rick Burleson, the Rooster, on the 76 Topps design, and he actually looks a little bit like a rooster here. I don't know if it's just me, but that is a very long very long neck. So there's another Red Sox buyback. And, all of these will be evaluated for a potential spot in my Buyback Franken-set binder after today's episode. Oh, Jerry Staley here on the 61 design, and he looks like he's about 70 years old on this card, but he is an active pitcher still at the time. And wow, he'd been in the league for quite some time, going all the way back to 1947 with the St. Louis Browns. Cool to see that. And had a 19-win season, it looks like, in the early 50s there. So pretty cool. I'm not too familiar with Jerry Staley, but I love that card. And I mean, any of these, I picked up a lot of these during a time when, as I said, the buyback program was sort of in its heyday from 2014 through 2017. In those 4 years, you could pull these cards out of just flagship Topps packs. And I would get a lot of lots of these and groupings of these over that stretch and just kind of tuck them away in boxes like this for a rainy day. And although it's not raining out, today's one of those days. So back to the Heritage box topper buybacks here with Nelson Bryles of the Cards. And again, a lot of ties in this episode, but fitting to pull this card as he was a member of the Cardinals in the year, again, 1967 here, that they shut down the Boston Red Sox in the infamous 7-game World Series. So that's a nice pair to appear in today's episode. And we're going to put this Dick Williams up in the background here and get him a little bit of airtime as we cruise through the rest of the rummage. Probably do about 10 minutes like we normally do. Again, a Red Sox heavy box here. We have another Boston player, John Kennedy, second baseman for the team on the 73 Topps design here. Crank through some of these a little bit quicker. This whole box is stuffed full. So here's a Bill the Spaceman Lee. Always loved this image on his 76 release. And of course, he is one of the more fun characters in New England sports history. Just a really odd and interesting individual. And this one is from the 2014 flagship buyback program. You could get these in packs of Topps and Topps Update. They all have this 75th anniversary stamp there. So really, really nice Bill Lee. We've got some good names coming out of the box this week. Some future Hall of Famer and Max Scherzer, and an existing Hall of Famer here with Rock or Tim Raines on the 83 All-Star subset. And this is from the 2016 buyback program. I recognize the 65th anniversary stamp there. These came in different colors that represented different levels of scarcity or rarity, but just a nice Hall of Famer there. Might be hard for him to make the Franken-set at slot 403 because I know a lot of years the late 300 and early 400 card numbers were reserved for the All-Star cards, just like this. They often fell at like the halfway point on the checklist throughout the 80s and early 90s. So Raines is going to have some competition. And how cool is this? And what are the odds of this? We saw the Dick Williams 67 Topps in buyback format earlier in the rummage, and now we have his card from the following year on the burlap design, or at least 3/4 of this card has burlap on it. This is not Dylan approved centering right here. Avert your eyes, Dylan, or look away, and I'll make some kind of a signal when this card is no longer on the screen. But about as OC as it gets, but great smile there. And again, from a legendary Red Sox manager and baseball personality. Really cool one here. Jim Gentile with the Athletics, flexing those biceps there at sunset, and just a cool KC Athletics hat here and logo. Really like the image on this. And 1965 Topps with that pennant. Of course, one of the most beloved card designs of the 60s, and it really holds up well. A lot of good bright colors, and love the team logo here as well. So really cool Heritage box topper buyback here. And again, there was a time when I was routinely scooping these up on ComC years back for like $1 or less. And I would just get on there, once a week. And if there was 10 buybacks, Heritage buybacks that were all available for $1 or less, I would deposit $10 and buy all 10. I just really, really love these cards. And particularly with Heritage, they are quite a bit more popular than the other buyback series, it seems like to me anyway. All right, we got another manager card. This is like manager day here on this buyback rummage, but after Dick Williams came Eddie Casco. here with a great spectacle shot. Love the glasses on the 71, that infamous black border design that so easily chips on the edges and corners, but a really iconic baseball card set. And that's a clean looking Eddie Casco there. I wish it was O-Pee-Chee. I always like the floating head backs on the 71 O-Pee-Chee a little bit better than the tops, but cool one here. How about Jim Grant on the 64 Topps design, another heritage box topper buyback. Again, pretty off center here, but you can't be picky with these. You have to collect these buybacks a little bit differently than you would normal vintage cardboard, because there just is not the sheer number of these out there as there are their standard counterparts. Like if I was pursuing a 64 Topps Jim Grant, I would not buy one with this centering. I would wait and find one that's a better centered example, but there may only be 10 or 20 copies of this that receive the buyback stamp treatment, maybe less in the case of star players and Hall of Famers. So the ability to be picky really goes out the window. So let's do, we're over 11 minutes here. We'll do one or two more though. How about a 58 Topps Ned Garver? And this is a very old buyback. I typically like to get the stamped pack issued buybacks from Topps, and obviously that relegates them to being modern sized cards, which only started in the 1957 release. 1956 and prior were oversized, so they couldn't really issue those in modern packs like they can 57 and onward. So this 58 is a very old buyback here. And again, Kansas City A's, another great look at that elephant logo. Super cool stuff there. And let's finish it out here today. We got a Hall of Famer to close it out as we hit the 12-minute mark here. 1988 Topps Dennis Eckersley. Of course, he was one of the most infamous pitchers in all of baseball around the time period that this came out, playing for those powerhouse Oakland athletic teams. And the 88 Topps design has really grown on me over the years. When I was a kid, I didn't love it so much, but it's kind of got a beautiful simplicity to it. And I love when the player overlaps the team name along the top to kind of give a little bit of that 3D effect. So there's another Hall of Famer, and the final card in today's buyback rummage. I'm going to stop this video, and then I'm off to evaluate here in private which of these wonderful vintage cards is going to make the Buyback Franken-set, and which will lose out in their respective battles. So that's a wrap for today. Thanks for sticking it out to enjoy some of these buybacks. Hope you saw a few cards that were of interest to you. And as you know, I'll be back very soon here with some more sports card content. Till then, keep enjoying the hobby, everybody. See ya.